Diablo 4 Season 3 just launched its patch notes, and I actually think this one is going to have a lot of conversation around it. So I'm going to give sort of my opinion on it. You're going to want to watch all of this one because there's some cool stuff in here, and there's some stuff that's a bit of a bummer, just to say it bluntly. So let's go ahead and get going right in this. Unearth a looming threat in Season of the Construct. That means Season 3 is named Season of the Construct. They have this cool artwork here, short of showing some constructs here. Now, they actually break down and say what is coming into this. It is launching January 23rd at 10 a.m. PST. There's a new dungeon type called Vaults. There's a new seasonal robotic companion. We'll talk about this in just a second. Here will be the first thing we go into. And then there is the weekly leaderboards from the Gauntlet, which is the thing they teased at BlizzCon and they've been talking about primarily. Now, they do say there's a new quest line. If you played any of the previous seasons, you know this isn't a surprise. You're going to talk to some people, do a few quests, go do a few things, unlock the seasonal powers, which are basically the companions. There's some cool artwork you can see from the seasonal quest line here. You'll have a place called the Gate Hall, which is sort of like a new town, your new base of operations, etc. You have to complete the main campaign in order to be able to do this. If you already have completed the main campaign, you can just make a new character, skip the main campaign, go right into the seasonal quest line like we could with Seasonal 2. So we're all caught up. It's Zoten Cool style. It's Construct style, which explains the gears that we saw. There's a new quest line that is going to unlock your companion. Now, your companion is this little dude. It's basically like a scorpion with some powers in it, and let's break down and read a little bit about this here. So using magical governing and tuning stone to recover from the vaults, augment your Seneschal, or however you say that. I'm just going to call him a companion. Don't know how to say that word, to best suit your targeted build for the Season of the Construct. Governing stones determine which attacks your Seneschal can perform, while tuning stones will augment those skills and provide greater utility. You can equip it with 2 governing stones and 6 tuning stones, 1 governing stone for each attack, and 3 tuning stones to augment the abilities. There are 12 governing stones and 27 different tuning stones of different rarities. So effectively, we have the governing stones, which are going to make it where this guy has certain attacks, and the tuning stones that modify, let's say, those said attacks, okay? And you're going to need to go out to the different vaults, which are sort of like dungeons, in order to unlock these. So this is almost like a mix of, let's call it glyphs and vampire powers, where it's a seasonal-based mechanic that gives you different attacks, and you're going to modify these attacks with these tuning stones, okay? That is effectively how it is going to work. This might look familiar, like vampire powers. It feels a little bit like vampire powers to me, and that I'm sure is going to be a point that a lot of people will say. Now, as we continue through here, they explain a little bit more about it. Complete vaults to earn 1 random tuning stone, and seek out Warden chests to earn additional tuning stones, both of which can be earned through various levels of the season journey. So once again, we're going to have a season journey, do these different things, get these different rewards. Both types have a low chance to appear as drops when playing vaults and arcane tremors. Defeating enemy constructs within the vault will also grant a shattered stone, which can be crafted into governing and tuning stones at the jewelers found through Sanctuary. So we have a little bit of crafting mechanics in there. To unlock the full power of the stones, you need to increase their raw powers by leveling them. This is what I'm talking about the glyphs. So we have sort of like the vampire power interface here, and then we have sort of the glyph thing where you have to level them. Collect or craft duplicates of the same stones, fuse them together to ground experience, and eventually level up your currently held stones. Increasing the level of these stones increases the potency and ability of these attacks. Increasing the level of your tuning stones can add additional projectiles or augment the damage type they perform. So once again, you can see tuning stones are modifying these. You're going to have to level these. They say once you've acquired your companion to follow you in Sanctuary until the end of the season, this part's kind of cool. You can see this is a pet, follows you around, probably better than the druid's companions, and will do these different abilities you choose to have on them. Now, continuing, they do have a gigantic list of what these powers will actually do. These are the governing ones. We'll go through the governing ones, and then there's the tuning ones here. So the governing ones, auto defense, it does an anti-material field around you, shoots down projectiles, or you can quickly ambush the target to do multiple damage. Firefly deploys a small construct that lands the target and explodes. Channels a ray of fire, whirls its legs around in a whirlwind, basically, has an impediment Hail Attack that does damage in a straight line, Lightning Bolt. There's Protect here, which is a barrier for defensive. There's a Reconstruction Beam that heals the players for a portion of their maximum health over time. There's a Pummel that just is a slash pummel. And then there's a Tempest, which is sort of an electric charge type of ability. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of theory crafting about what stones are good, what tuning stones go with which. This is an overview video, so we're not going to be breaking down like what we think is meta in this. We're just going to be talking about the abilities just a little bit. You can see burning support, efficiency support, tactical support, etc. One thing I'll say about this is I like the concept of supporting another move where you have a move and then you modify the other move. I think that's pretty cool. Like you've seen, I've been playing Path of Exile. That is something they very heavily rely on in Path of Exile, and it works good. So I do like seeing the support style on top of an other ability. So this is interesting. It looks like they have everything from tactical support, which decreases the cooldown of it, all the way to poison support, which means it applies some bit of poison. So we'll be able to modify these a little bit, which might interact with other parts of your build. And the companion looks kind of cool, even if it does feel a little bit like Vampire Powers and Glyphs had a baby. At least they actually went farther into depth with this one, because now we have these support type of things which modify the abilities further. So I actually quite like that part of it. There is two ones that are powers that are not stated, and these just are question marks. I don't know if these are like Uber drop rates or what have you, but they say that they're in hushed terms, and the lore type of shenanigans they say of never confirmed by a dignified mage of high ranking, etc. So I'm sure these are probably rare drop rates, or maybe it's at the end of the season journey you get these or something. We will find out what they actually do into the future. Now, moving down, test yourself in deadly new dungeons. We have the vaults. Now, the vaults are sort of a way to increase the rewards that you get from a dungeon. So we break that down a little bit more here. The vaults are specialized dungeons that house elemental hazards devised by Zoltan Kuhl and Azuriah. Not sure how to say that either. Amongst the hazards lay the constructs, an entirely new monster family. Look, it's the scorpion types of dudes, right? The steampunk scorpions, I'll call them. Several elemental variants of these monsters lurk and wait for unsuspecting wanderers to fall into their mechanical clutches. Upon entering the vault, after converting the required pearls of warding, these are going to be important, you can be blessed by Zoltan's warding, a special layered blessing which grants access to riches within the vault. Zoltan's warding diminishes stack by stack if you manage to fall prey to the various hazards scattered throughout the vault. So they're going to have traps in the vault. You're going to go through the vault. As you get hit by the traps, it's going to lower your rewards, or that is so I am reading this. Okay, sort of like Sanctum or something from Path of Exile. If you manage to keep Zoltan's warding intact after defeating the boss, you'll unlock a ward woven chest, which has a higher chance of granting legendary items. Using pearls of warding can increase the risk by exchanging them for extra stacks of Zoltan's warding at the entrance. Succeed and your reward will be increased. So you can basically ramp your vault / dungeon, whatever you want to call it, which will give you opportunity to get more rewards. Now, it says legendary items. I don't see anything about Uber legendaries, etc. I'm sure we'll get more of a breakdown on the live stream that's coming on the 18th, but effectively, that is how this works. Now, at World Tier 3, Nightmare Vaults unlock. Vault Sigils, which drop alongside Nightmare Dungeon Sigils, or can be crafted with the required pearls of warding to create. These vaults function similar to Nightmare Dungeons. However, they will have deadly constructs and hazards scattered throughout. So, Nightmare Dungeon plus. We're going to have Nightmare Dungeons, and these are going to have traps in them or something. Oh no, a rock. And then you get hit by the rock. Oh no, my rewards. That's basically what this is. So then we move forward here. Staunch the spread of arcane tremors. Now, Malphus seeks to unleash deadly constructs upon Sanctuary, pouring from the underground vault to terrorize the innocents and sinful alike. Dismantle deadly traps, destroy lesser and elite construct to earn shattered stones. Dispatching, and again, these shattered stones, I believe, are the things that can be crafted as a jeweler, if I remember correctly, to make the other stones and level, etc. Dispatching elite constructs grants pearls of warding, which we need for the vaults we just talked about, which we can use to get higher value rewards from replaying vaults. Negate the arcane tremor by defeating the vault's mighty herald construct, securing a tenuous piece to the Denzians above. So there you go. That's what that is. Now, the part that is in controversy here, I'm sure this is going to be unfortunate for a good amount of people that are curious about looking into this, and that is the leaderboards and Gauntlet. You know, the thing that has been teased by Blizzard from BlizzCon forward is not ready at the start of Season 3. This will be arriving later in the season. They say fight through the Gauntlet, the weekly rotating fixed dungeon that will help you compete to the top spots of the leaderboard. Only the strongest will emerge to claim their place on the weekly leaderboard. The top weekly scorers will earn their permanent place in the Hall of Ancients. More details on the Gauntlet will arrive in a future blog post. I'm just going to say it. This is a massive L. It's the start of a season. Leaderboards at the start of the season are the most exciting. That is highly unfortunate. We could not actually have the main primary thing that was plugged actually at the start of it. And if it's going to take 30 days for the Gauntlet to come out or something, Last Epoch releases literally 30 days after the launch of this season, people are going to be trying other things. So that is a little bit of a missed opportunity, just to put it bluntly, okay? I'm sure this will be cool when it's out, but it's not out now. And then we get into quality of life. There are some cool quality of life here. Starting at the season of Construct, Hell Tides are always active, save for a 5-minute rest once per hour. Battle Hell spawns far more frequently, increasing your chances to collect cinders, so Hell Tide's always up. Now you don't have to worry about, well, I'm on my lunch break, I wanted to play on my Steam Deck or what have you, and I can't do that because the Hell Tide's not up, it's the only thing I want to do. Whatever. Bad example, but you get my point. Enhanced movement with WASD. This is, unironically, my favorite thing out of this entire patch. Is the enhanced movement speed, WASD. If you watch any of my content before D4 came out, I was saying I would like WASD. And now it is in the game. And for me, that's a W. So thank you very much. I actually quite enjoy that. We get 1 extra stash tab for free. Thank you for that. And then various other quality of life updates, improvements to reallocating your skill tree, improvements to UI when trading gold, increased rates to earn the items needed to summon the beast in ice, and more. So we have some other quality of life updates there. We're also going to have rewards with the Season Journey and Battle Pass. Once again, we'll be getting some cosmetics. We'll be getting new legendary aspects, Scroll of Amnesia, and again, all of the things that are not the premium cosmetics, these are all free. So just a common talking point every season is people say it's, you know, the battle pass is pay to win with either new legendary aspects, etc. Everything is free within the battle pass, except if you want the premium cosmetics. All the other mechanic part of the season will be included without having to purchase it. And that battle pass, of course, starts at the start of it and goes up to 90 tier rewards, exactly like the previous one. Here you can see the Season Journey has some things you have to do for the Season Journey and has some legendary aspects rewards, including the new legendary aspects. And then they kind of plug sort of their look of the new cosmetic here. Now, if we scroll down here, Smoldering Ashes, earned from the free trials, can be set on the season's blessings, and you can get a boost to the shrine duration, a chance to receive additional tuning stones, and boost to the chance to receive a greater collection from the Whisper reward. So you could actually choose some other, blessings here. There's 3 new blessings from the urns. Now, acquired Fable Threads is again a shop cosmetic, is my understanding of this. There's some more shop cosmetics, and then they say stay up to date with the Diablo 4 news, which will be on the 18th, will be the deep dive. So effectively, to be the TLDR, okay, even though I'm making this pretty short, I'm working through it to save you guys the time. All right, new quest line. We have a mix of a companion that is sort of vampire powers plus glyphs meshed into one. At least that's the way I can understand it. With, to be fair, the added bonus of the tuning stones, which I actually think is pretty cool. But this is the major season mechanic, okay? And then the gauntlet, and then there's the vaults, which will be Nightmare Dungeon plus. And, plus ultra, whatever you want to call it, which is going to give you a higher chance at legendary items. Hopefully something else other than the chance of legendary items, because to be honest, legendary items aren't really the problem in the game. And then we have the pros of warding, which increase your risk for reward. Should be kind of cool. We'll see what that's like. And then the gauntlet was delayed, which is a giant L. So that is sort of the Season 3 announcement. That is the entirety of the patch notes. On the 18th, we will see what is coming with the full deep dive on it on the 23rd. I will play it and we'll do a review and see what it's like at the moment. Looking into it, it looks all right. That's about how I feel. It looks all right. To be honest, there's WASD is the thing I'm the most excited by all of this, but that's just one man's opinion. I'm actually going to go live right now on Twitch and let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's look at it. See what I'm missing. Let's figure it out together. Love you all and I'll see you on the live.